sure you've heard of the Kundalini. Basically, the Kundalini is your energy serpent. It's the caduceus, the medical symbol. Let's see, Kundalini. It is the, yes, it's basically the energy. And here's an example of it as the caduceus, which is the medical symbol. It's where that comes from, which is the energy rising up through your chakras and the wings sort of spreading out at your head and at your shoulders.
Do you know who David Hawkins is?
No, I don't actually.
You should search him if you're searching for
I will.
things.
Yeah, I'll search him
the
up
map
right
of
now.
consciousness is it's a big thing.
Okay. Can you briefly describe it to me? What's his name?
Well, his name's David R. Hawkins.
Actually, I have heard of him, I believe. Yes, I think I have. He's the one who talks about, not Oprah. He's the one who talks about like the thought forms and stuff. Is that him?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Explains his enlightenment. Here's a 6-minute video. I'll just play it really quickly, so it's even less than 6 minutes.
I don't know if I want to watch it, but
okay, fair enough.
You can show the map of consciousness is a good model to.
Okay, I can Google that. Let me share my screen. I don't know why I did it wrong. I forgot that I wasn't sharing my fucking screen like an idiot.
I've read 3 of his books, but yeah, this map of consciousness, you can look at it. It talks about the stages of
David R. Hawkins.
Map of consciousness.
There it is, right there. Boom. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, it's like is it the circle one?
No, it's upside down triangle. It's none of these. Let me see. Go down.
Hold on.
No, that's the hierarchy of needs. Maybe a scale of consciousness will be the best one.
Hold on. It's not totally showing the whole screen. I wanted to expand it a little bit. So you said scale of consciousness? I mean, map of consciousness came up before I even typed in the word map. So I think
go down.
I've heard this on audiobook. Yes, this one. I have this on an audiobook, I think, but the problem is it's an audiobook and it doesn't come with pictures. So he's describing pictures and I can't see them. So I was like, what the fuck?
I don't think he talks about much pictures. It's just words.
Oh, it is really close. Well, this is the words, or this is the picture, I think.
Yeah, this is
this is great because actually, yes, love and I think fear, because our brain is magnetic fields, our emotions and thinking are magnetism. So love and fear and things like that actually have frequencies, and they are actually patterns of magnetic fields. And so when we open them into our mind, depending on which one we choose, love or fear, it lets in certain things and stops other things. Love is the one to go, though. Fear is definitely not the choice.
Right.
But it is an active choice. You have to choose love in order to access that vibration.
This at the 200 mark is when it moves into truth. Everything below 200.
Oh my gosh!
Is
I'm listening.
Go ahead.
I actually have books by this guy. Hold on. I forgot about this guy. Hold on.
Let's see.
He did the Eye of the Eye, right?
Yes.
Power versus Force. Yep, yes. I have those. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I have them in my closet right now. I don't feel like getting them. But yes.
Have you read him or no?
I have read the Eye of the Eye. I've read like half of it.
All right.
And that one I liked. But yeah, I had my mom buy a whole bunch for me. I actually have not read them. But yeah, that's how I found him on audiobook, was because I wanted to, because I'm much better at listening than with reading. I'm much better with audiobooks and YouTube videos than I am with actual reading.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Let me explain this a little bit. The map.
Yeah, please. I can't open it. I can't make it any bigger. Unfortunately, I can maybe zoom it.
It's fine. Yeah. So everything. I mean, this one has love and fear labeled. They're not. And
fear is at 100 and love is at 500.
Right, and this is the whole thing. He talks about everything below 200 is created by your mind. You're created by your ego, and it's false because it's your own perception. It's your own filter. And
precisely.
Everything above that, so move into courage at 200, move into courage, which is moving into truth. Yep. And it's a different type of energy. It's a spiritual energy. And then
what are the numbers though? Do we actually know? I know that they're like, no, it's the level of your arm, right? Isn't that what he said? It's like the tightness of your muscle or something. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking about. That's his kinesiologic test, where he tests like, is something true, is something false. he does that with himself, and he does it with someone else, and he says
Yes,
the other
it's
person,
kinesthetic. Yeah,
the other
it's like
person has,
I'm
the
sorry.
other person has to be over 200 as well to have a actual test, and you just have to be really getting at truth, and you can't really go in with like.
I would love to talk to this guy and do one of these tests with him. That would be amazing.
Yeah, he's
Because I'm
passed
really.
away, so
Oh, that's unfortunate.
he's
But it is.
infinite consciousness now.
He is. He's back in. He's back in the cycle again.
Omega.
Although actually, he's Omega. He's actually probably reincarnated by now.
I'm probably him. Who knows?
It could be. Yeah, I've seen myself as, you know who I actually find. I mean, actually, we're all everybody. To be perfectly honest, I don't think you can be a reincarnation of someone who's still alive, though, unless it's maybe the Dalai Lama, because he seems to be the only one on Earth who actually has some control over his reincarnation. But other than him. I don't think you can be a reincarnation of someone unless they died before you were born, because I believe if you've read the Tibetan Book of the Dead, it takes about a month, like 36 days, for a soul to travel around the underworld, the heaven, the death realm.
Where do they get that number from?
Just high levels of consciousness. I mean, because
weed.
Yeah, right. A lot of plant. The Tibetans. They were very, let's see, Tibet.
I
spelled
wrong.
Yeah, I did. I'm very bad with spelling, but yeah,
Tibet.
Yep, it's the I had it.
I haven't read the book. I know it was a good one though, from what I've heard.
Tibet. Let's see. Yeah, like so. Yeah, I already have it. Yeah, they have a lot of. There's this big temple that I think there's a lot of pictures of. But yeah, in the mountains and everything too. Nepal, I guess, is actually more of that. I don't actually know where they are, but the Himalayan sort of regions of the world, the Buddhist monk people. Let's see. I don't know, but yeah, I think, I mean, if you think about, if you incarnated as one of them, as an ancient Tibetan monk, they would just be, I mean, okay, spirit science actually has an explanation for it, which is that the Kundalini of the Earth was in that place. Because the Earth has a magnetic field, I'm sure you've heard of the Kundalini. Basically, the Kundalini is your energy serpent. It's the caduceus, the medical symbol. Let's see, Kundalini. It is it's basically the energy, and here's an example of it as the caduceus, which is the medical symbol. It's where that comes from, which is the energy rising up through your chakras and the wings sort of spreading out at your head and at your shoulders. And that because the Earth has a magnetic field and the Earth is alive, the Earth actually has a Kundalini. It's not the same kind of thing as we have a Kundalini, but it is a very powerful energy, sort of where the energy is orientated on the planet, oriented. I'm not sure, but basically spirit science claims that the Himalayas and Indian sort of region, this area around here, was where the Kundalini was of the Earth, and that's why the Buddha became enlightened in this area, and Tibetan monks, and why Buddhism was invented and is where it is. And if that's the case, then that would explain, coupled with psychedelics, it's very important. We cannot exclude psychedelic plants from the equation, because psychedelic plants have been in all ancient cultures for thousands of years, particularly in the Americas, but all over the world, including Himalayas and Tibet and India. Ayahuasca, the peyote with the Americans again. I don't know of any specifically Asian psychedelics, but they do exist, and they definitely have marijuana. So that, coupled with the fact that they were ancient cultures and they lived in the Kundalini of the Earth, they had much more access to universal knowledge and truth through meditation. And just because, again, it's just the polarity, the polarization of the magnetic field. Basically, it was polarized in such a way that and according to spirit science, it's since moved, and they did not say where it went. I am thinking, I don't know where it is now, but it's certainly they said that it was there, and maybe it is, I don't know, either way. But either way, the magnetic field warped our minds and just precluded us to our nature, and that's why the West and the East actually seem to be two different sort of philosophies, where the philosophies of you know, Oriental philosophies like Buddhism and everything is very oneness. You know, we are all the same. We are one. And then in Western cultures, it has been very much hierarchical, and God, you know, God made us in our image. We must pray to God. You know, we are, you know, that way. So it's sort of like we are pieces on the West and we are whole in the East. And I believe that it is a combination of the two that is the truth. In the case of we are pieces of the whole. We are individuals who are part of a collective, which is
I think my yin is the east, and then my yang is the west.
Yin is negative and yang is positive, right? I believe it's like backwards to how it sounds.
Feminine and masculine. Yin,
yes,
feminine, and then masculine, yang.
But like yin is black and yang is white, which for some reason in my head I think of yin being black and white being yang.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
But you know what it is? You know why that is? Probably because we're on the other side. We're a reverse polarity. Yeah. So I think that's why we think that. Because if you ask someone, you know, who actually is a Taoist or whatever, they'd be like, of course. And if they were raised that way, they would be like, yeah, of course, yin is the white and yang is the black. Or rather, the other way around. Yin is the black. I don't know. I don't even remember. I'm confused now.
Yang is white.
Yang is white. Yes. So yin. Yeah, for some reason we think of yin in the West. We think of yin as white and yang as black, but it is yin is black and yang is white. But anyway, yes, yin is negative energy and yang is positive, or something like that. Or maybe it's I don't actually know. I'm gonna say yin yang labeled, and let's just find it once and for all. Yeah. Okay. Yang. Oh yes, yin. Yes, yin is black. Yang is white. So yin is negative. Yang is positive. So we were correct. And yes, so you said yes, because you've traveled the world, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you mean by your yin is east and yang is west, or vice versa?
I'd say my inner world, emotional, and all this stuff is the yin, but when it manifests itself outwardly in the yang form, I think I'm more of the hierarchical.
Yes.
That whole thing. Different like strong foundation outwardly that needs to be in place, but inwardly you can be another kind of way.
Yes. And that's exactly how it is. The yin is the negative and the yang is the positive. I don't know which one is hierarchical and which one I don't know which one is. I think duality actually might be negative, but either way, even if it's positive, the unity and the duality within the unity. The hierarchy is the duality, the you versus like the us versus them, and the unity is while there is us and there is them, we are all one people. We are all one universe.
Yeah, I definitely think that as well. I think David Hawkins is probably the best author that I've read on spirituality.
Have you read any Alan Watts? I've heard him, but I haven't read him a lot. But he's written a lot of stuff.
No, not entirely.
David Hawkins is really good. You are correct. I prefer Alan Watts, I think, because I am more of an audio person. But David R. Hawkins, from what I've read, The Eye of the Eye is a very definitely enlightened individual.
Yeah, I would read Power versus Force. I'd read that one first.
Okay.
And then Transcending the Levels of Consciousness is probably my favorite book by him. That explains every of the levels and how to get to the next level, and how we all have a set point. This was the scale of consciousness that I was saying.
Yeah.
And how even the world has a set point. Like right now, or when he did it, it was like 212. So it was like, wait,
the fact that he can even change, like tell, that shows how connected he is.
Yeah, and like at the time of Buddha, it was around 90, and the time of Jesus, it was around 100.
Yes, I remember that actually. I remember reading that.
Yeah, now we're going through our own transformations, and I don't know where I am on this. I would think in the 400s to the almost 500 maybe.
Yeah, probably. Honestly, I mean, just honestly, I think that enlightenment really just is the knowing in your heart and in your soul, not just intellectually, but actually feeling that everything is everything. And I think that is what I think the definition of enlightenment is that piece of knowledge taken, into your heart and mind and like understood completely, not just intellectually. I think that a lot more people have reached that stage in the meantime, and so that the time has gone up. I don't know if enlightenment is actually. Oh, enlightenment is 700 plus. So actually, that one is pretty high. Actually, and obviously, yes, enlightenment is pretty. As simple as it is intellectually, actual, real, true enlightenment and taking it in your soul is different than intellectual enlightenment. And which I think is closer to acceptance or willingness, maybe, which is about looks like 310. And 350 for acceptance. I don't know exactly what we're measuring, what the units are. Again, it's something to do with muscular tenseness or something, right?
Do you know? No. Oh. His test, it just proves whether something's true or false. Because if you have the test, like you hold out your arm and they say something and it turns out to be false, then your arm will go weak. If it turns out to be true, then your arm will stay strong. So
that's a good test for capitalism versus socialism.
Yeah, that is a good test. Yeah. I don't know. Actually, I have the one book on it's Truth versus Falsehood. I've only read like a bit of it, but he starts getting into politics and this other stuff. I know Karl Marx, at least on the scale, because he rated all the Western philosophies, but Karl Marx was way down the list. It was like 150 or something.
Could be. I don't know.
And then like the other guys like Descartes, Aristotle, Plato, they're all in the high 400s.
Where was Kant? Do you remember?
I forget if he's on the list. Because I was thinking about that lately. It might have been like 460 or something. I'm not sure.
Actually, that's a good thing. Maybe we could Google that. Do you know if there might be a list? David R. Hawkins like
you could do books of Western civilization.
Yeah, levels of Western people, of Western philosophers, right? Because I just want a list if I can find.
Maybe write great Western books.
Okay, great Western books, because that was the section that he was talking about it.
And then maybe you might have to do calibration level. Try and put calibration level. I have it on my. It's in the one book I have, but it's
calibration level. Full calibration list. I don't think that's him.
Yeah, this is someone else's.
It is. No, it says David R. Hawkins.
This is someone else's database, I think, but they put some stuff.
Okay, but
I've looked at this.
This is a list. Oh, you have? Do you agree with it or no?
I mean, I don't know. It's not anything for me to agree with, because if they actually did the
Egyptian drafter of the 5 books of Moses, 910. Yeah, I would see that.
The Bhagavad Gita is up very high as well, which is.
Wow, you can actually test the books. That's interesting. The Vedas, the Hindu Vedas, the Om has a name of God. That has its own level too. I'm curious to find where Karl Marx is.
You should search it then.
Okay, is there a search?
Just Control F.
Oh, you're right. Duh. Marx. Karl Marx. Okay. 460. Yep.
No. Read what it says. It doesn't say that.
Oh, it says book collection. Oh, more excluding the work. Why? Okay, including the works. The collection is at 450. Okay, so it goes down.
Find them again, maybe.
I don't know. Well, hold on. One of 6.
Hit enter again.
Yeah. Philosophy by Karl Marx.
There you go.
I've never read philosophy. Oh, dialectical materialism is a 135. Okay. I think that one might be mistaken, but that's just my opinion. I just felt like but that's just my mind.
Is that all that's on there for him?
Oh, no, German philosopher. So his philosophy was actually higher than he was. Well, honestly, Karl Marx as a person, I don't know him, so I can't say. Literature, Das Kapital, wow, okay, 130. Well, they are of this lesson. There's one even further down. Let's see, Marxism. This is our American youth fighting for communism without realizing it. Oh no, we're realizing it. We're quite aware. I must respectfully disagree with, I think, this rating. I think generally it is correct. But I also I would separate the literature of Karl Marx from the person, of course. I would do a death of the author, as always. Someone can have great works, but be a terrible person. That is just facts. So I don't know him as a human being. But I think, but also it could actually be that because, people in his name have created terrible things, but but then Jesus should be pretty far down the list then too, because people have done terrible things in the name of Jesus. So I would be. So I don't know if that is what's happening.
Jesus is 1,000.
Yeah, Jesus is 1,000. So yeah. Oh, and so is Buddha. I wonder where Muhammad is. I'm interested to see what he. Muhammad, Islamic scholar. What? Okay, no, this is a different Muhammad. Oh man, they're all named Muhammad. I don't know.
Maybe Mohammed.
Allah?
I think it was 700 or something that he started out as, something like that.
Yeah. I wonder if Allah. Nope, there is no Allah. And this is quite far down. Hezbollah, I don't know who these people are. Yeah, I wonder who has run these tests, because I completely don't understand the units of measurement, but I understand that higher is better. That is it, but I don't understand how they define.
I don't know.
Heavy metal as a music genre is less than 200. I mean, maybe in general, but there are some pretty I'm sure philosophical and deeply lyrical metal music. Oh, I wonder if rap music is on here, actually, because if rap music is not on here.
I don't know if you could just do a general thing of that, because some could be a lot higher, of course.
It's true. You're absolutely correct. Individual musicians. Yeah, rap music is not on there. I would say hip-hop is the other potential that he might have it as. Nope, hip-hop. Okay, so there is not even any, rhythm and poetry on here whatsoever. There is a lot of shitty music out there, of course. Any genre will be, greatly overshadowed by its shitty stuff than its good stuff, because there's always going to be more bad than good. But, so this is an interesting thing to see. I don't quite understand the units, but obviously the guy who invented it does have an idea of what's going on. Oh, the map of consciousness is at an 840. So pretty high up there. I think that's Enlightenment is 700, right?
It begins at like 700.
Enlightenment. Yep, level. Yep. Oh, 850 on this thing. Although the void state of nothingness, full enlightenment. So full enlightenment, not just enlightenment.
Full enlightenment is different 1,000.
It says it's actually only 850.
So at 850 is when you transcend the void.
Yep.
And then you start to move into self-realization.
Mm-hmm. Been there.
And then 1,000 is full enlightenment. He even says, though, the stages begin at 600.
Oh no, Christ consciousness,
which is at peace.
Yeah, Christ consciousness would be above enlightenment. That does make sense, actually, because Christ consciousness is I've read this online book that has helped me out a lot. It's actually interestingly book sold as time travel, but it's not about time travel really at all. I mean, it is kind of, but it's like weird. Time-travelers.org is what it is. It looks like a really old website. I found it when I was in high school and I was really high. Yeah, it's like it made in the 90s, but yeah, the 12 chakra system. So I actually found it not by typing in time travel, but by typing in open eye meditation. It seems that if you Google open eye meditation, this does not come up anymore as on the same level. So it was there, but it's actually a method of meditating with your eyes open, where you focus on the edges of your vision. Like your left eye looks at something on your left, and your right eye looks at something different on your right.
Okay.
And you do that. I'll send you a link. You can check it out. If you like to read. I actually have audiobooks on my YouTube channel of these videos. Interestingly enough, but if you like to read, this is the number one thing that has. I mean, my enlightenment has been a combination of things. My spirituality is definitely a combination of things. This has given me like 100% psychedelic level realization without any drugs whatsoever, just reading these words. I am not overselling it. Like this is my Bible, this website.
Nice.
And like I said, to promote it, because I am so, in fact, 100% serious about this, I have a whole playlist on my YouTube channel that is that. So if you were to, look at my channel, Manifesting Universal Consciousness is what I call it. And here's the open eye meditation video, but I'm not going to play it for you, but this is what they look like. It is organized not by chapters or by pages, but by excerpts is what they are called. And it starts with open eye meditation. and then the rest is, it's not actually me talking.
This is an audiobook of the Guide to Time Travel, found online.
Yeah. So what I did was I found a female voice to do it. The sound is sharing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you heard her talk. Yeah. So it's not my voice.
To be listened to after.
It's a text to speech.
The open-eyed meditation video preceding this in the time.
Yeah. So I have a video that's specifically on the open eye meditation. But basically, what this video, oh my God, it really is though, because it is time travel, because it's kind of underselling it, because, or bearing the lead rather, because what they mean by time travel is moving your consciousness from the third to the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension being time, but as a whole, not just 3D. Think of the third dimension is like a movie that you're watching on TV. The fourth dimension is like the film reel. So, and each of the frames of the film reel is like a third dimension.
Yeah, I've heard the concept before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think we may. I just want to look up sacred geometry again.
My phone's about to die here, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, I think we're good now. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Hopefully, we'll see you again. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I will have. If you want to plug anything, your YouTube channel or your Instagram or anything, before we go, I'll have links to those. But anything you want to shout out before you go?
Yeah, if they want to check out my YouTube channel, Joyful Savage, it's okay. Post some personal growth, some spiritual stuff, some economics or politics, whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, but nice talking to you. Send me some of the links that you.
Yes, absolutely. I'll send them to you. I don't know if I can send them to you over Instagram. If we have, I'll add you on Facebook or something, and we can chit chat that way. But yeah, it's nice to meet you. Send me anything later, that you want to send me, and I'll post them in the description and stuff.
All right, cool.
All right, ending. Bye.
Yep, good talking with you.